Good morning, children. We will continue with chapter number 10 of science, machines we use. We have learned about force, energy and work. We have started about simple machines. We are basically doing simple machines in this chapter, and there are 6 basic types of simple machines. Yes, lever, pulley, inclined plane, wedge, screw and wheel and axle. We have already learned about lever, we have done inclined plane, yes, and the pulley. Now today we will start with inclined plane. Now what is inclined plane and how does it act like a simple machine? See what happens, basically inclined plane is a slope, okay? It's a slope that makes things easier, makes our work easier, okay? Sometimes it applies more force, but sometimes it applies less force and makes the work easier. Okay, like suppose these two are examples of inclined plane. They are basically the slope. You must have seen slides. What is that? It's an inclined plane. You must have seen staircases, सीढ़ियाँ. Yes, what is that? They are inclined plane. In hospitals and all, there are ramps. Yes, what are ramps? They are like slopes through which the patient can be taken with the help of a wheelchair or stretcher, and it makes easy. It makes our work easy. Okay, rather than walking the stairs, it is easy to walk on the ramp and move to the next floor or wherever you have to go. So these are all examples. You must have seen slopes on the roads also while going from one place to another place. Sometimes the road is sloping. Yes, sometimes we have to move up, sometimes we have to move down. Yes, so they are basically inclined planes. Okay, like this. Okay, this is an inclined plane. These are the examples of inclined plane. Now what happens? See, basically there are 2 types of inclined plane. One is steep slope and the other one is gradual slope. There are 2 types of slopes, steep slopes and gradual slope. Now what is steep slope? See, I'll show you an example. Taken this box over here, okay, and now see, can you see this arrangement? Yes, this is a steep slope. Yes, because if I keep anything over here, it will roll down very quickly, and this is actually a steep thing. Okay, this is very close to this perpendicular is very close to the base. So this is actually a steep slope. But suppose if I make this arrangement. Now can you see this arrangement? This is an example of gradual slope. Okay, because here the height of this is less and I have increased the length of this slope. Okay, so if I put anything over here, it will roll down not so quickly. Okay, as in the case of steep slope, it will not roll down, and to bring things from here to here, it will take of course more energy. Okay, but it will make our work easy. So inclined planes are basically the arrangements which make our work easy. Now I'm going to tell you few images. I'm going to show you few images where we actually see inclined planes in our day-to-day life. Okay, and the uses of inclined plane. So you must have understood by now that basically inclined plane is a simple slope with one end higher than the other. See, here you can see the one end is higher and the other one is low. Here also in the case of stairs. Okay, a plank of wood is often used as inclined plane. Suppose you have to load heavy things on trucks. So you must have seen people put a plank of wood and then they use it. In hospitals and all, we have ramps as inclined plane. Okay, so that the patients can be carried easily. Now what happens here, you see in case of steep slope and gradual slope. Can you see these 2 images where whatever I have demonstrated just now? Yes, this is a steep slope. Here you will require more force. Okay, and here this is a gentle slope. Okay, gradual slope. Here you will require less force. But only thing is the distance has increased. Yes, but it will require less work and the same work will be done. So basically an inclined plane makes it easier to push up a load. Why is inclined plane used? So that the load can be pushed up easily. The less steep the slope, the less force you have to apply to push the load. Yes, so therefore an inclined plane basically increases the force. Now what happened? However, less steep slope also means that the distance of the load has to be pushed is larger. Here I have told you that the distance would be larger. But it is easier way because less energy is consumed. Okay, and here it would be difficult for a car or bus to climb up a hill if the road is very steep. Yes, now for this type of road it is very difficult for the vehicles to move, but if the road or hillside is like this gradual slope, it is easy. Okay, so therefore the car or the buses, they can easily climb up if the gentle slope is there or the gradual slope is there. Of course it will actually increase the distance, but it will make it easy to move, okay, with less energy and less of force. Okay, now wedge is basically two inclined planes when they are joined together, joined back to back in the shape of V. Can you see this image? Yes, this is basically wedge. The best example of wedge is a chisel or a knife, okay, or an axe. These are all example of this wedge. Okay, now it can also be seen that an object with at least one slanting side ending in a sharp edge, okay, like chisel. It helps to cut or split an object apart. Yes, what is chisel? Chisel is basically, we all have it at home. Nowadays, I don't know whether people have it or not. But earlier, chisel is like a hasya. Okay, it's like a curved knife. Okay, where people use it in the field, especially to actually cut their crops. Okay, earlier ladies at home also, they used to use chisel instead of knives. Nowadays, people use knives, choppers, and they all are examples of wedge. Okay, now very common example of wedge is axe, and you see here two inclined plane joined together from end to end in the shape of V. Yes, then we also have knives, saw, okay, and a spilling wedge and a door stopper. Like these are all examples of wedge. So we have today learnt about the inclined plane and wedge. In the next class, I will explain you about screw and the safety habits which we should use, we should keep and we should remember while using simple machines, because using simple machines, using these sharp objects is not so easy, especially for children. Okay, so we'll continue this chapter in the next class. Thank you.